All right, this happened today. Sam put up the Politico graphic about the HHS. It's another thing that could be a canary in the coal mine. The spokesperson at the Department of Health and Human Services quit today after clashing reportedly with Bobby Kennedy about his overall management style and about what he's doing about is it the measles outbreak? Is that what it is? The measles outbreak.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Yes,
never heard of the
measles.
guy. I never heard of the guy who quit. I can't vouch for the Politico story. That's the reason. But I will say there's a number of cabinet secretaries, and I would name them thusly. You can take that down. Bobby Kennedy, Pete Hegseth, Kristi Noem. There's a couple others who like managing these departments hard. Forget MAGA, forget ideology, forget, standing up to owning the libs and confirming. Like my biggest doubt about most of these people is can they run the department and manage the staff? Because they're all mercurial in one way or the other, right? And to have this guy quit, because this is a guy who quit, as I read about him, he's not a holdover. He's not some deep state bureaucrat in sandals and beads ready to quit to make a point. He was brought in by the administration. So, Alex, is it possible that this is a sign that some of these people may not be able to run these things? Because when the spokesperson it quits. It usually means they see trouble coming and they don't want to be out there the voicing and defending the trouble.
Well, here's what I can tell you about RFK based upon some of the reporting that I've done, which is that he feels he came in feeling very emboldened to make the kind of changes that he want. He did not come in with his tail between his legs. He came in feeling like he was going to go in and say what he wanted to say and do what he wanted to do. And that's going to rub some people the wrong way. Some people are going to go along with it. Some people aren't. But you can bet that there's going to be, look, there was chaos in RFK's presidential campaign. We forget about that, but it was a very chaotic operation. And I remember when they were trying to lock
Close,
down the whole.
close to the most ever. Let's be honest. It was close to the most ever.
It was chaotic when they were trying to line up his endorsement of Donald Trump. I mean, it was chaos up until the very end. And so RFK is coming in feeling emboldened, feeling like he's going to do what he wants to do. There's going to be some clashes in that department for sure. It's a big, complicated department under normal circumstances.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's going to be some churn there for sure.
yeah. Uh, what about you, Matt? Do you look at this as I do as potentially a sign that there's going to be more than churn?
I mean, well, I guess my question is, I don't know this guy. Maybe he's great. Maybe he's not. I have no idea.
Yeah.
What the hell do you think? Like you were going to walk into? Like I guess my question is, I guess some people reported it was over the measles response. I mean, look, you gotta know you're going into a operation that's a work in progress at best, right? And you need to be able to bring structure to that. If you are suddenly find yourself up with massive I can't work for you disagreements on policy, I would just wonder like what do you
Well, but I could interrupt you just because I don't think this is over policy, would be my guess, right? I think, I've tried to talk about this in terms of Musk as well. Like, there's competence and there's ideology, and there's certain traits. Again, this has got nothing to do with pro or anti-MAGA. There's certain traits in a good boss, right?
Mhm.
Like benevolent, not mercurial, fair, tells you what's expected, doesn't put you in a bad position through their own actions, right? To me, those are good traits in a boss in any business, regardless of whatever. And these people are not that. They're not that.
No.
And so you say, what did you expect? I can tell you, again, I don't know Bobby Kennedy at all. I've met him, but I'm not some expert. But I can tell you that I could easily imagine somebody offered that job and can't believe the extent to which he is not a good boss. Can't believe it when they get there. And I
I,
bet you that's what happened.
my only read on that was based off a report I saw. I think it was Yahoo or somebody that said it was about or around the measles thing.
Yeah.
That's all.
But Politico's story says also just his general managerial oeuvre
Yeah.
and style. And again, like if you just look at that guy's history and as Alex you pointed out, his presidential campaign was you could call it a clown show, and then you'd have to write an apology to the clowns. It was a mess, and he wasn't suddenly magically imbued through the confirmation process with the capacity to manage. He
And then,
just
look, you
wasn't.
gotta go in with these things, eyes wide open. I mean, you got to understand exactly your point, right? This is not trying to think who's somebody who's great, adept at running agents. He's not going in Tommy Thompson's HH atmosphere.
Right, right,
And so you got to go look. You got to balance it. Be like, look, this
right.
might be a learning curve, or to put it lightly, and I can help bring structure, or it's not for me, and you do your best
Yeah.
to do something else. But that you got to go in eyes wide open.